Hey Stampers, Gainer again, back with old and new. Well, this stamp set it was out last year, but it's still in the current catalogue, and it's the Night of Bethlehem. And I was thinking old, what have I got that's old? And I wanted it's like a starry night, so I've decided to use the Myths and More. This is retired now, so this is old, and the stamp set is new. So this is my new and old, and that's going to be my night sky. So I'll best show you the card first, hadn't I? I love it. It's absolutely beautiful, and it's the Night of Bethlehem. And what I've done, I've added Wink of Stella, and I've also gone back over with a touch of the white Wink of Stella, so the star looks like it's shining on top of all the buildings and the trees. The Merry Christmas is from Snow Place as well, so that is old. The paper's old, but this is all current. And the Dazzling Diamonds is old, I think, unless you can still get it. Just made a boo-boo, so I went over with some dots of Wink of Stella. Fingers crossed, I'll go over that again until it blacks out, but I've dotted everywhere to give white and black speckles in the inside of the card. But fingers crossed we won't make a mess of this one. So let me show you how I did it. I got some of my old Dazzling Diamonds. Little squares, I've got a circle in there, I've got some offcuts. You are not going to need anything bigger than that for what we did with the windows. And I've got my 2 pieces of black, so I'm going to cut the 2 buildings out. If you give me 2 seconds, I shall be straight back. Oh, and here is the other bit. I use this for somebody's name, and then I never throw the scraps away, so right, it would help if I found my buildings. I put them down somewhere and now I can't find them. My chair is so squeaky, I do apologise. So I'm just layering these up onto the magnetic plate as well. This will make sure they stay in position whilst I run it through the Big Shot quickly. And just go backwards. I'll come across now and we'll do... Oh, I can't believe that chair is so squeaky. It needs oiling. I do apologise. My grandson heard it earlier as well. He said, "Nanny, are you trumping?" And I said, "No, sweetheart, it's the chair." Oh, bless his little soul. So we've die cut our pieces out. So simple. We're going to attach our papers later, and I'm just going to get my pokey tool, because I find this a lot quicker, and just to pop those out, especially when you know where all the windows are and the bits down there by the trees. And they just peel straight out. You've got to be you've got to be a little bit careful around those trees. And that has ripped one of my heads off. But this is gonna and it's the one that stands up as well. So I put a little dimensional behind that. Or we could even cut that little tree out altogether. Let's do that. Save faffing around on here. So I'm just gonna go and trim that one off, because something will hide. We've got a building there anyway, so it doesn't really make any difference. Or you could, mind you, it's too late now, I've cut it off, but you could have always just poked. I should poke those out first. We always have a boo-boo online, so let's poke our treetops out first, and then we'll tackle the windows. And it takes seconds, that's all. So we've popped our tree heads out, just making sure. Can you believe that? Trust me, I've done everything perfect on the other one. Didn't get stuck or nothing. There we go, easily released. There's the other one. I can now pop them back in my box, because they're on a magnetic sheet. So these are the pieces I want. There we go. You can always add bits, take things away, it's entirely up to you. Now this is the back, because the smooth side is always looks a lot neater to me. So I'm just going to grab little tiny pieces and just measure them basically. And this is what takes the most on this card, just to add these little bits of dazzling diamonds. I want a tall one for there. So it's just a matter of getting your glue, having a play, just dotting in between and just lining up your pieces and just covering the windows, just so this looks like there's daylight coming through. And you need the smallest amount of glue. It's not copious amounts, it's just enough to cover those windows. This is going to be glued flat, and the other one on the top is going to be on dimensionals, so it sticks out. Just don't want to make sure any of it's poking out of the sides. So this little piece probably now will cover all that bit. If I trim those sides just like that. I got a bit of glue there, that's what it is. And that now will cover that with those windows there. But this is the longest bit to this card basically. It's just making sure you got your windows covered. Just turn it over and have a look through, and they're great. There we go. Right. I'm just taking these bits of scrap as well. You don't have to cut up a huge sheet. I mean, this piece here I'm cutting off will be perfect for another tall window. I'll probably finish off the rest with that little bit there. And if you don't mind doing this, I mean, I've known people to just cut it out and layer the two together, but I think that's a lot of waste on the glimmer paper then, because you only need it behind the windows. Me saying excuse me as well. Anyone think it wasn't me? I do apologise. It was not me. It was the chair. So there's our windows covered on our first piece. This one's going to get glued down after we attach our designer series paper. And now this one, we're going to attach the windows, and we're also going to add our dimensionals at the same time. That little piece there is perfect. If I cut that at an angle, this now will cover my windows. I just take that little snippet off the end. Perfect. I love this bit, and it really does give a great impact to your card. Instead of just having the silhouettes on there, actually covering all those little windows, and just turn it over and check. That needs to be stuck down a little bit more, Gainer. That would help. There we go. That's better. That's going to stay into place now. Just manoeuvre that so it doesn't stick out over the top. Just keep checking and going back, and literally it takes minutes, that's all. So we need a long piece for here, so let me trim that off, and I probably will get away with that tall piece there. Yep, and I need to just trim that down. I'm going to leave a little bit extra at the bottom, that way my glue will pick it up. Stay on there like that. And with that being there now like that, I can just grab my little mini dimensionals, my pokey tool, and I can keep that into place with my dimensional as well. And I can even stick one down the bottom there. Isn't that lovely? Oh, I love it when a plant comes together and everything just starts falling into place. I love it. Love, love, love. Now I'm going to snip this little corner off here. This is going to cover these windows. And I'm putting a little blob in between the two. There we go. A small piece needs to trim that down. And we will trim that down as well. Just check that again. Whoops. You might get a bit of stickiness, but this is just my worktop for my card, which gets thrown away later. If you didn't want to use glue here, you could always, like I'm saying, hide them with dimensionals. Just easy pop one into place. Or even, I'll pop another one on there as well, because I'm going to put one at the top. You could just add them like that. Let's get some more. I'm using this up. Oops, it's caught around my stick. I try and keep all my little bits together. Get them, pop them in the bin then. See, we need a little strip across there. And another one across there, so that needs to be straight. And this side does. And I'm going to cut that one for there. Oh, it's a little bit long. Perfect, and we need a little one there. So that one needs to be cut down as well. And that one is going there. And I'm just going to show you what I mean. Just going to keep it on with a dimensional, because we are popping this on dimensions. Dimensionals. Oh, I wish my fat fingers didn't keep getting in the way. There we go. I think I'm in. That's just about right now. Oh yes, I've covered all my windows. So I've still got all this spare for lots more cards like this. So don't ever throw this away. I mean, you only buy 2 sheets, and you only get 2 12 by 12 sheets. And yeah, so basically now I'm going to add some more. I've managed to cut some of my dimensionals in half so I can get little pieces, but this is all can be cut down. I'll grab my scissors and finish that cut off. So I'm going to need little pieces. I can cut that in half as well to go on the back of the trees. Perfect. So I'm going to take one of these, pop that on the back of the tree. Oh, I'm going to get some larger ones now. And I'm just going to add a couple where they won't be seen, thankfully. Oh, I got 2 there. Okay, oh, I might just get away with 1 there as well. And this little piece, I can pop along here. Perfect, so we've got all that on our dimensionals. I can leave that with there because I can use up those bits as well. May even just cut a little strand actually. For this side of this. And there we go. Right, let's get our card built. So I'm just adding glue. I can't be too long on this video, I'm afraid, because my battery's going to go. I've recorded 4 things today, one after another, not just for card making. And because my stars were directional, I nearly did chop the very last piece the wrong way, and my stars would have been pointing down that way. But so do watch which way your dimensions run. Now we're just going to add a blob of glue on the back of all these. Some on the back. These will be kept in place as well now. And we're going to just line this up. And I'm pulling it over this way. Or I'm going to pull it over this way on this card. Got my wiggle space. Just need to line that up into place. And we're going to add, so my stars go in this side this time and my sentiment this side. I'm just going to start pulling all the backings off. We could have done this as we were going along. Oops, this one doesn't want to come off. There we go. There we go. These two are just keeping that glimmer paper in place. And on our last piece. And then I'm just going to layer this right on top there. Oh, just a little bit of an overhang on that side, but that is absolutely beautiful. Love this set. And with the card I made last year with the Z fold, it's had like 14,000 views, so I think that's pretty much says it all, doesn't it? So I've got this little spare piece. Where have I got my star? I don't know. I can't find my star. Where's that gone? I have lost my star. I've just had it. I'm just cutting it out. Right, let's have a check over this side. No, 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 no. I can't find it. See the chair creaking again. I have no idea where I've done with that star. I haven't even cut a spare one out. Gosh, where have I done with that? Oh, there it is. It was hiding behind one of my blocks. It fell off. So I'm just going to cut that star out now. Oh, we nearly ran away with them. But I've had no star for my night sky. Normally have them all cut out ready, but I think that's it's an easy way out sometimes. And there is my gorgeous star. I'm going to make sure I put this now straight back into my magnetic sheet so I don't lose it again. There we go. Put my scrap paper to one side. This chair is awful. It's getting old. I've had it for a while. Oh no, it doesn't need a big one. This one only needs a small dimensional. And there's a little half one there. Try and get that down there without any of it showing. Perfect. So I'm going to pop my gorgeous star on this side now. Press that into place. Oh, I do apologise, my battery is so running low. I'm going to take my ink and I'm going to have my Merry Christmas. Oh, that's stamped beautifully, absolutely beautiful. So while we've got the ink out, I'm going to stamp my, there it is, Blessed Christmas Wishes. That's going on the inside. Perfect. And a couple of stars this time. I'm just going to glide this over the top, so there's nothing around the edges this time. Perfect. So there might not be any need to add that white wink of Stella. Beautiful. We've got the inside just right. Doopy doopy doo. Kane has lost the plot. So I'm going to fetch my trimmer in just so I can get this cut perfectly straight. And give me that beautiful cut. And I've still got some more space on there to do another sentiment for a different card. Love it. Now I'm just gonna flag the end. Beautiful. And I've got a piece of Blackberry Bliss here, which matches our designer series paper. So I'm going to glue this on. I'm going to trim it off, and I'm going to pen at the end on that as well. Giving me just the tiniest little border all the way around. Perfect. Perfect. Oh, that's turned out wonderful. So, dimensionals for here. I can save that for another backing. And now I can place this just about there. Ooh, this one is just going to touch the rooftop of that one. Oh, well, it's okay. I'm going to pop my glue away, and now I'm just going to grab my white Wink of Stella, and just, because it adds shine as well, and I'm just going over the top of the buildings like I did. This dries white as well as give the shimmer. And all those little stars in the background are just absolutely gorgeous. I think it really sets it off because the star is shining so bright it would illuminate the top of those buildings. Isn't that beautiful? Just going to add a little line there because it's shadowing down. And there we have it. Oh, it's just beautiful. I love it. So there is the one we've just made together with our no boo boo inside. And this is the one I made earlier. See how it starts to dry white but still gives it that shine. Sparkle. Oh, and it's fading slightly, so fingers crossed. So I hope you enjoyed watching me make these. I really enjoyed making these. I'm going to grab my cloth now and clean my stamps because that is permanent black ink. And I don't want to stain my red rubber. My Merry Christmas was already badly stained from last year before I knew about Memento. And they're all clean and ready to go. So, I hope you enjoy. I really enjoyed making this card. Sorry about my squeaky chair. And I hope you give it a thumbs up. I know this stamp set was very popular last year, so fingers crossed it will be again this year. So, thumbs up and a share. Brilliant. Want to subscribe? Press the button down here, and if you want to see what I make tomorrow, then press the little bell and you'll be notified of all future videos. So, I'll see you tomorrow night. Take care. Bye.